But I'm just a green card holder. Like, I don't want to get. So you're not going to report me if I do this, because
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You know, we have people who come in here and they have legal situations and they registered, they weren't a citizen, boom, boom, boom. So
we have a massive story coming out of New York City where non-citizens were able to register to vote in order to determine elections, in order to determine the leadership of the state, of the city, and ultimately the federal government. Welcome to the Immigration Report. If you want daily immigration updates with evidence, without bias, please consider subscribing. Let us get into it, starting with this video of this guy that went around pretending to be a non-citizen to see if he could register to vote in New York City. Take a look.
I'm going to go in there and I'm going to pose as a non-citizen Canadian green card holder.
So I talked to a gentleman before, and he said he could help me with registering to vote. It's my first time. I'm a green card holder from Canada.
okay, yeah, you got to be a citizen. I wouldn't fill it out.
You wouldn't fill it out?
Yeah, I mean, you got to be a citizen to fill it out.
Notice that he doesn't tell me it would be illegal to complete the application as a non-citizen, only that he doesn't recommend it. From here, things get even more concerning.
The reason why somebody told me that they were a green card holder and that they came in and then they submitted and they were good.
We can't stop you from submitting the application, and if it goes through, but most likely, because they don't do like a full background check, but once in a while, you know, we have people who come in here and they have legal situations and they registered, they weren't a citizen, boom, 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 so.
This is a direct admission that non-citizens are in fact registering to vote, something that many claim is a conspiracy theory.
All right, here's the deal. To be honest with you, I'm really against everything that's going on right now, and I'm trying to do my part. So, like, do you mind if I fill this out, or like, is it okay with you?
It's up to you. That's like, I can't tell you what to do. If you want to fill it out, fill it out. But everything is clearly stated, especially at this bottom. It says American citizen. So I'm just letting you know, if you fill that out and you're not, you know, if it comes back to you, it comes back to you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But we accept anything that comes over the counter. You know.
But you're not going to report me or something like that?
No, I'm not. No, we don't report anyone. Whoever fills that application out comes to us.
But I'm just a green card holder. Like, I don't want to get. So you're not going to report me if I do this, because
I'm not. No, I'm not. That's not my job to report anyone. My job is just to collect the application and put it and submit it to the department.
So that video is on X if you want to go check out the rest of it. The creator's name is Muckraker, so you can go on X and look it up and see the rest of the video. But as you can see in this video, he literally went into this election office where you go to register to vote. And he confronted the election worker. And he said, hey, I'm not a citizen. I'm a non-citizen. Can I register to vote? And the guy told him that, hey, initially he said, you kind of have to be a citizen. But if you fill out this application and submit to us, we'll accept it. We won't report it. It is something that we typically do, because the election worker even mentioned we have people that come in with legal problems, meaning if there's someone that's been indicted or someone with a criminal record, which based on my knowledge, you're not supposed to be voting, or even if you're not a citizen, they will accept it. They won't report it. So this is a common occurrence. If this is happening at one election office in New York City, imagine what's happening throughout the state and throughout other blue states. And we were able to find another instance where someone, another creator, another investigator, went around and did the same thing to see if he could sign up to vote. And this happened in the most recent election with Zohran Mamdani, where someone pretended to be an immigrant to see if he could sign up to vote. And take a look at what happened.
Posing as an illegal alien, telling him I was new to this country, I just got here a couple months ago, I was not registered to vote, not a citizen, but I wanted to vote in this year's election. And what does he do? Like clockwork, he springs into action to help me.
Yes, I'm an immigrant. They sent me here to vote. I was recommended to come here to find information to vote.
Oh.
I was given those locations. I will show you. Forgive me, I am no Espanol.
No, I think that's perfectly.
Thank you, sir. What's your name, sir?
Pedro Rodriguez.
Pedro.
My pleasure. Yeah.
Miguel.
Good. When you register?
Sorry?
When did you register to vote?
I did not. I didn't sign anything. They just told me to come here to vote.
Okay.
And he tells me to go to the local community college just around the corner to go vote in the election for mayor.
That's close, right?
Just across the street.
Across the street?
Yeah.
Thank you. And so I can go there and cast my vote for mayor?
And I told him, still posing as legal alien, who should I vote for? He gave me a wink and a nod. He told me, vote for the man whose name begins with the letter M.
No. It's 3 guys. Okay, I really can tell you vote to, okay, but they got to settle them.
So I know that guy was a little bit hard to understand, the election worker, but to explain exactly what happened, the investigator went into the election office and he said, hey, I'm an illegal alien. Can I register to vote? He said, yes, come on in. I'll help you to register. And he told him where to go to vote. Go to the community college. They have polling stations over there for you to vote. And then he told him who to vote for. The guy whose name started with M. And in the last election for mayor, whose name started with M. Mamdani, maybe. This is why we need voter ID. This is why we need the SAVE Act to be passed. If you don't know what the SAVE Act is, it's basically a law currently in the Senate that is going to require voter ID. It's going to require everyone that's going to register to vote to prove that they're a citizen. So you won't have issues like these where illegal immigrants or non-citizens as a whole are signing up to vote, registering to vote. And I did a video the other day. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on the channel. I'm going to try to link it up top. And basically in Alabama, deep red Alabama, you have non-citizens on the voter roll, over 3,000 of them. It is fair to say that the elections should be audited, should be investigated, because we even have this guy right now that literally said he's going to vote for Mamdani 6 times. Take a look at this.
I'm here in New York, about to illegally vote for Zoran Mamdani 6 times. Yeah. 6.
That guy said he's going to vote for Mamdani 6 times. I don't know if he actually did that. I think the FBI or someone should investigate that to see if that is legitimate. But what we know for sure is that we have an article here that says New York man accused of requesting more than 100 fraudulent Democratic primary ballots. More than 100. His name is Abdul Rahman. I think that is how you say it. He's 32. Take a look at this reporting.
A Queens man has been indicted accused of voter fraud on a grand scale. Investigators say Abdul Rahman submitted 118 false absentee ballot applications for the Democratic primary election in August of last year. Of the 118, 32 were approved. Rahman was arraigned today on a 140-count indictment. He faces up to 7 years in prison if convicted.
So as you can see, Abdul Rahman requested 118 absentee ballots. He was able to submit them, and 32 of them got approved. So how many people in New York City are doing the same thing? We don't know. And we even have people who flee New York, who left New York, maybe because of the cost of living, maybe because of the election corruption there, I'm not sure. But we have people who literally left New York, moved to Florida, and thought they wouldn't have to deal with any of the crazy stuff going on up there. But what they found out is that they're somehow still voting in New York for some reason. They're registered to vote in Florida. They're voting in Florida. They're legitimately voting in Florida. But someone on their behalf is voting for them in New York. Take a look at this.
But I've lived in Florida for the past 5 years.
Voter records show Kevin Robinson voted in both New York and Florida.
If you guys have it confirmed that somebody definitely voted under my name in New York State, then somebody's voting with my name.
We asked the Erie County, New York Board of Elections about Kevin Michael Robinson's registration and recent voting history in New York.
So he did vote in 2018.
Okay, and the address matches up?
Yep.
Kevin Robinson used to live in Depew, New York, near Buffalo. Kevin Robinson was not happy to learn that someone was voting in his name.
No, the reason you come up on our list is because it said that, you had voted in 2018 here and there.
I didn't vote up there.
And we don't care.
No, I care. I care.
Michael Bornhorst has a very similar story.
It wouldn't surprise me if I'm still a registered voter in New York, but I haven't voted in New York in 13 years. No, it wasn't me. It's voter fraud, apparently.
Bornhorst gets it. Without cross-referencing voter registration lists across the states, voters who have moved remain on the rolls. Remember, there are no voter ID requirements to vote in New York. It's the same story with Dwight Mumper.
Person down here is filming us for training purposes. We have that you voted in the 2018 general election in Florida early voting. Is that correct?
My question is, how are private investigators, creators, online creators, content creators online figuring this thing out? It doesn't make sense because even the fraud in Minnesota, Minneapolis, it took a literal YouTuber to uncover billions of dollars of fraud that were being committed in the state. What is the government doing with your tax dollars? What are they doing? How are they not able to uncover any of this? These might seem like isolated instances, but I assure you they're not. Because in the general election 2020, what we had 300,000 more votes than voters. So if there's 1 million people that went to the voting booth to vote, what you had at the end of the election, you had 1.3 million votes. You can't make this stuff up. And take a look at this.
Yet in the New York State 2020 general election, there were 338,000 more votes than voters. We also have in New York, we have 1.1 million unique individuals whose identities have been cloned to create 2.4 million registrations, each one with the ability to cast a unique vote. Okay, this is not election fraud now. This is criminal identity theft on a massive scale. It's like unimaginable.
Yeah, and I know that's just a quick summary of what your group found. Marley, 19 million people here in New York State, yet 21 million on the vote.
So as you can see, this thing is mind-blowing. The scale of this alleged voter fraud that's happening throughout New York City, is just wild. But it don't make sense because remember, New York City is a city that passed a law that allowed immigrants to vote. And I'm talking about non-citizens. Because remember, they passed this law that says literally you could go to a voting office and you could vote for whomever you want. But fortunately, that was struck down by the courts. And here's a reminder.
Now to breaking news, New York's top court striking down a New York City law that would have left non-citizens vote in municipal elections. Jenna DeAngelis is live in the newsroom with more on this and what it means for the city. Jenna.
Cindy, it's estimated the city law would have given more than 800,000 people the opportunity to vote in local elections such as mayor, public advocate, borough president, and city council. But the 6-1 decision by the Court of Appeals issued today stops that from happening. The opinion states, whatever the future may bring, the New York Constitution as it stands today draws a firm line restricting voting to citizens.
So it is crazy that New York City would give non-citizens the ability to vote. And that brings us to the end of today's immigration report. Let me know in the comment section below, how big do you think this voter fraud is in New York City and New York State as a whole? Also, if you don't mind, please consider liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I really do appreciate you for watching all the way to the end. Thank you.